Welcome to the second day of our life. Again, this is Arianna, and today we're going to work out a little bit and try to bring up her body skills since she needs that for her job. If you're just joining us now and haven't seen our previous episode, then you would need to know that she is a lifeguard. So she does need to bring up her charisma and her athletic skills. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second there. Now, as the disclaimer did say before, or my version of a disclaimer anyways, there is cartoon nudity in this episode, as well as likely every other episode from this point forward. Her pajamas are completely nude, so that is a heads up for you. As you can see, my fairy is a little fairy girl. How embarrassing. Yeah, that would really suck. But as you can see here, she's a little bit on the embarrassed side. Hopefully that doesn't last too long and interfere with other things. Ooh. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is a necessary part of advancing in her career. It is her overall want to save a bunch of Sims' lives in the lifeguard career track, so she needs to advance in that career and get really good at it. They're not going to put her on beaches that have a lot of people on them unless she's up and up in her career. At least nobody else saw that, right? This poor girl can't get a break. The treadmill is not her friend right now. Hopefully that'll change as she progresses through the athletic skill path. I wanted this walkthrough to be a little bit different than other Let's Plays. Like, I wanted my sim to be the focus opposed to the expansion pack. So I wanted to live through Arianna's life and see where it takes her. I mean, I do have lots of different expansion packs installed, so we can have some fun with grandchildren and, of course, children first, grandchildren, and so on and so forth. And who knows, if we're lucky, maybe we can even find an immortal potion or something. Remember, it may look like a really fancy house, but it's actually a houseboat. So it is a house that is on a boat.
Lark. Darvash.
This is where it gets adult rated.
Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da.
I believe this will explain why I put up
Da
with
da da. Ba
the
ba ba ba. Da
lack of
da
pulling
da.
the pants down
Ba
when we
ba
go to the
ba ba.
bathroom, because this looks much more natural when they're in the shower or in the bathtub or whatever, right?
Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Da da
I
da
also
da.
like how sometimes they sing when they're in the bath, like in the shower, and sometimes they don't sing when they're in the shower. I think that's quite interesting because it really shows the mood that they're in and how their mood affects them in the sim world. This game is a lot of fun, whereas a lot can happen in a very, very short amount of time. You may think that, oh, a week is nothing, but a week is actually a long time in this game. Not in terms of how fast it passes, a week will pass in the blink of an eye, but a lot can happen in terms of in the game itself. You'll see what I mean as the game unfolds before your very eyes. And as I said when we started, I have to always, upgrade and replace things and so on and so forth as we go along. I always have to enhance my house because I always think something that I forget. Like for some reason, I didn't think of adding end tables before. I should have, but I didn't. So I'm adding them now. Oh, that just looks much better. That's very nice. much, much better. I think those tables really add a little bit of class to the room. Alright, so here we are back to making something to eat for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Ah! Mm.
It's also good for me to point out that there is a lunar cycle in this game
Mm.
because I do have
And
Supernatural
mm.
installed. So there are werewolves and zombies and vampires as and witches as well as the fairies, of course. Um, some of these creatures deal with the full moon better than others. So I've had witches in the past that have hated the full moon and they quote unquote freak out when the full moon comes. So how your sim reacts to the full moon is different depending on the sim. So my chef sim is a little culinary genius there. She is a natural cook, so Arianna is going to expand her cooking skill faster than other sims.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And here we go, sitting down to eat another meal.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she enjoys it. She made an autumn salad again.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should have made that her favorite meal. So right now, Ariana's life is pretty uneventful. She has a job as a lifeguard. She does not have a boyfriend. She does not have many friends at all, actually. she's a fairy. I'm pretty sure she wants to meet other fairies, but I haven't been able to locate any in town as of yet. Not that I really looked at her. So hopefully things will pick up for Arianna soon. Okay, I don't know what's going on there, but it looks like she's stuck in a little bit of glitch there where she's never a dull moment there. And how sad is that this is like a brand new computer and this game is like old. It's like 5 years old at least. At least the base game is. Well, I guess you gotta dream big sometimes, huh? Unfortunately, it seems to be a lot of work for her to keep up after herself, but it's one step at a time, right? Up the stairs we go. Having filthy surroundings make them sad pandas. So I try to clean up after myself, but to be honest with you, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. Hiring a maid or a housekeeper or whatever is a lot easier, and yeah. But we'll see. They should totally be handing out this game to all the poor families and say, hey, don't feel so bad, you can't go on vacation because you can't afford it financially. Go on your dream vacation in The Sims. It'll make you feel like you're totally on a dream vacation. It's not so bad. You know, this game is really, truly immersive. And the fairy house will be winning. So she's sleeping in her fairy house. And this is probably the last time I will ever show you her sleeping for this long, because honestly, when they're sleeping, it's like the worst. That is the one action, I think, other than rabbit hole jobs, that take the longest to go by. Rabbit hole jobs aren't bad if you have a lot of characters in your house, then it helps, because then you can just get rid of them for X amount of hours at work and not worry about them. They're done, they're good, they're taken care of. And deal with like one character or whatever that's doing certain things. I prefer the careers, at least one character to have a career where I can go to work with them, because that to me is just the coolest thing ever. Unfortunately, I cannot avoid rabbit holes in this game completely. There are quite a few of them, and they are spread out all over the place. Sometimes, unfortunately, it is mandatory to use them. So, I will try to avoid them if possible, but I can't promise anything, because there will be times where I will need to use them for other things. So, sorry in advance for those days. I love how tiny they get when they go into tiny fairy mode. They look like Tinkerbell from Disney. This tiny little floaty fairy.
Oh! Oh, Mauricio! What's up?
And like every good person, we have to wash our hands after we use the bathroom. Hopefully we all do that at home. Just take a quick scan of the map here. I have never been a lifeguard before, so this is my first attempt at playing with that job. So I can't promise it will be flawless or that we won't lose any lives, but I will try my best. Kind of sad if a sim dies at your sim's hands. That has happened to me before. One time I had a witch, and she was in university, and she set another sim on fire by accident, and the sim died. That was really sad. Let's not have a repeat of that. Well, this time we have a fairy, so her magic's a little bit different than the witches. It should be interesting nonetheless. Alright.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love how there's story progression in the game. So it's not just me making up their lives and playing with my own imagination. It's actual built-in story that you can kind of have fun with. So Ariana's going to get something quick to eat, and then it's off to work for her very first
Oh.
day of lifeguard duty.
Says.
So this pretty much concludes another episode of my Let's Play The Sims 3 with Ariana. Tune in again next time for another episode of Ariana's first day at work. That should prove to be exciting for sure. See you next time. Bye.